Hi everyone, Rebecca the Frugal Resinista here, and I am so excited because this video is to celebrate hitting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much for all of you that continue to watch and continue to give me awesome feedback, and especially continue to try what I'm showing you yourselves, and thank you for sharing. And thank you for sharing pictures of that with me. It's all been so exciting. The reason this video is a special one is because I am doing a free giveaway in celebration of hitting 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to be making some little bud vases with these shot glass molds. They are silicone, and even though they're originally for chocolate or candy or whatever, they do have a shiny interior, and so they will come out nice and glossy, I believe, when I pour resin into them. So just to do some different techniques, I'm going to pour some resin colors into a few of them just to make nice, elegant looking ones. And then I picked up a few fun things. So from the dollar store, I got some little Crayola colored pencils. So we're going to do one with pencils around the inside of it for maybe a teacher gift or something like that. Obviously not as a shot glass. Well, maybe as a shot glass, depending on what class you're teaching. But anyway, so we're going to do some with that. I also, just for fun, bought some of these little sugar-free mints. I'm not sure if they're going to be small enough to fit in there, but I thought it'd be fun with that design to try. And then I will link you guys to this in the comment section, but I bought this on Amazon. It is real dried flowers, and I was thinking I might try to stick a few of those in some of these and just see what happens. So this is going to be a fun experiment, but here's the fun part. I bought two, and you guys are all welcome to sign up for my giveaway, and someone will win this as a thank you to all of you for watching. That is on my Patreon page, and I will link you to that as well. You do not have to be a member of Patreon to be in the giveaway. You don't have to pay any money or anything like that. Although if you get there and you do feel like what I've shown you guys is of value, it would be awesome if you want to subscribe, and for less than the cost of a cup of coffee, you guys could help support my art. But again, that is not necessary at all to be part of the giveaway. So I hope you go over there and at least sign up for it. So I'm going to get started. As usual, I'm going to speed up because you guys don't need to watch me unpackage things and mix resin and stuff like that. I will pause when I feel like I need to explain things, and here we go. So I'm going to pause here real quick and talk to you guys about these flowers a little bit. I didn't realize that they were in 2 layers of color here. I'm actually really excited because the top layer that was holding all this in made these colors look a lot more dull, and when I pulled it out, they're a lot brighter. So I'm really hoping these work because these could be really, really pretty. What I'm going to do, because if I just stick these in with no plan, they're going to just float and move around. I'm going to use a piece of clear packing tape, and I'm going to make it inside out with the sticky part out into a circle that fits down into these. And I have not tried this yet, but what I'm going to attempt to do is make it so that the size of this is not all the way out to the edge and is not all the way in, so that it kind of fits right in the middle, so I can put resin in there and then stick my tape with the flowers on it down into the resin without it touching either side. And then I think the tape will pretty much disappear. I'm going to let, just in case, I'm going to let the tape stick out the top. I'm not going to cut it down, because if I cut the piece of tape and then pour the resin and then the tape stops partway down, I'm afraid I'm afraid that you might see the tape line. So I'm going to let the tape stick up. And I don't know if this is going to work. I've never tried it. So hopefully, because I would really like to get the flowers into a design that goes around and not just have them floating wherever. I am not going to fill all of these all the way probably because I'm doing different ones and I want you guys to get to see how I'm doing it, but at the same time it's going to take me forever if I do it all differently. So you saw the colored pencils. These are sticking up. I'm going to let them stick up, and they started to all tip a little, but they all did it evenly and it looks kind of cool. So if that happens again, that'll be fine. I dry fitted these, but I am going to take some of them. I'm definitely going to take these and these back out and pour some clear in, hit it with the torch, and then stick these in and then pour more around it because I am afraid I'm going to get a lot of bubbles otherwise. These were some leftover crystals that I had from doing some of my resin geodes, but they're gigantic. They're like way too big to use in my geodes. They just didn't match the other ones, so I had them set aside. So what I'm going to do is pour some of my clear mirror glass in the open spaces as well and just let the resin kind of soak in and then put some of this in and more back and forth. My flower thing, I don't know. The other thing with this, on the one hand, because I stuck the back petals to the tape, not all of the front petals stuck out, so it was really cool because it made the flower look bigger again, like 3D, because the petals puffed out. And I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of comments on this, and that's fine. But I have not done flowers in resin before, and I'm probably wasting a few of these because I don't know what you're supposed to do to seal them. So for those of you who do jewelry especially and are horrified by what I'm about to do with pouring and not sealing, please very politely leave me a comment in the comment section explaining what your favorite product would be to seal those, because I just don't know. So I'm going to just kind of use this to see if my tape experiment works, and then we'll see what happens with the flowers. I'm also getting ready to do a completely different video with some really cool colors, and I want to test them out first. So I'm actually going to do a few of these, maybe a pair, using some teal, some cameo pink, and some gold. I just want to see what happens with those colors before I stick them on a larger canvas. So I'm going to mix my resin, and then I will come back to you guys and I'll move it all fast again and we'll just see what happens. All right, I have my resin measured. I'm about to mix it together. I am using Stone Coat Countertops Quick Coat, and so once I start mixing, this whole thing has to go really fast. All right, scratch that first plan. I'm gonna pour, I can't pour without getting it all over the edges, unless I pour on the middle. So I'm actually gonna pour on the middle like a puddle pour and let it flow down the inside. A few thoughts on this process, again, since I have not done this. First of all, I will use slow curing resin because I think that will give the bubbles more time to all come out. I did have a lot of bubbles come out, but I can tell there are a ton trapped in there still. So these are not going to come out perfectly smooth and beautiful, which is all right for a test. The second thing is that this is thick resin. This is a lot thicker than we usually pour when you pour on a canvas or anything else. This is hot. I can feel the heat. I'm about 2 inches above the mold. I can feel the heat coming off of this, so I have to be really careful that I don't set anything on fire, and we will see what happens. But I don't think I'm going to. I hope not. I'm going to go ahead and pour a little more into a couple of these to just even them off. Obviously here, I ran into trouble because the pencils were stuck to so close together so well that they didn't actually let resin out, so I had to really move them around just to get resin on the outside edge, and then resin poured into the next one. So when I get these out, they're going to be all stuck together and stuff, but that is what sanding is for, so that's not a huge deal. I'm really excited to see these. I just like those colors together, and I'm excited to see how they moved around on themselves. So I'm going to let these cure. They're not going to take long. These two are almost completely solid already, but everything is crazy hot. So once they cool off a little and I know they're cured, we'll pull them out. You guys are probably wondering about this one. I'm going to just use my Dremel tool to cut the bottom of this flat. That was my plan all along because I didn't want to try to measure pencils ahead of time. And I will show you guys how to do that because it's really easy, but you're not going to want to miss it because if I just say it, it won't make sense. So we're going to let these cure and we'll come back. It's been a couple hours. All of these are pretty hard. So I'm going to start trying to get them out of the mold. I'm really excited about these two. All the rest of these have a lot of bubbles. So that's all right. I've got this mold. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try it with resin that is not quick dry. And I am going to, I was thinking of this. I'm going to pour onto these, hit it with the torch. Pour, hit it back and forth just to get all the bubbles out as it's going in. So since these are the ones I'm the most excited about, let's start trying to take things out and see what happens. Oh, you guys, these come out really easily. Oh boy. Maybe I spoke too soon. Oh my gosh, look how pretty those are. They've got a couple little cracks. That would be easy to fix. Whoa. Oh my word, I love it. All right. Let's see if I can get this all back in place. Oh my gosh, you guys, these are so cool. They kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna fix that because I kind of think it looks neat. It makes them look more like rustic and oh, these are cool. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna fix them, guys. I think I kind of like these little bits of lines that make them imperfect. These are so neat. Oh, I'm so happy these turned out so cool. I think you very much could do it without this happening, but I don't mind it. Those are so pretty. All right, now for the craziness. Let's see how the rest of these turned out. I'm going to do my flowers first because I think they turned out the worst. Mostly because oh shoot, I got this too hot. Well, you guys always say you appreciate it when you see that I have messed up. Not that you're glad I messed up, but that I'm not trying to hide when I mess up. I heated this one too much with my blowtorch and I melted part of my silicone, and I'll show you what happens. Check that out. See how it's totally stuck? The silicone's stuck because I got it too hot. And it's stuck well. So we'll move on to the next one and then I'll get back to that one. This one did it a little. I did hit these a lot because I wanted to make sure that I got as many bubbles as I could. So I probably overdid it, see? Darn it. Let me grab my... I'm going to try to finagle them out of here with my razor blade. See if I can get it to detach a little. So the thing with this now is that obviously that part of the mold is going to be messed up. They're at the very top, so I can still use these molds as long as I don't fill them up to that very last little bit. There we go. But I won't be able to use that very last little bit. That'll mess up. Oh, now this is kind of cool. can get it out. There we go. See? I got that one way too hot. Ruined it. Well, here's the idea. That looks pretty cool. All right. Well, that one I'm not going to be able to use at all anymore. Now these worked pretty well. Look how cool this is. I got a couple bubbles, but I'm going to use my Dremel, like I said, and cut away this extra. That turned out so cute. I love it. This one too. This one worked. Oh, that's so neat. Look at that. So again, with this one, there's a couple little edges I need to fix. But other than that, those are cool. And these are cool. So I would say I've got 4 out of 6 successes. All right, I got my flowers out, and actually I didn't destroy the mold on that one, so that's nice. That one's still okay. But let me show you. This worked and this didn't work. And I always tell you guys, everything you try is a learning experience. The tape idea worked great, but the tape floated up. I almost need something to sit on top to make sure the tape doesn't come up, because I don't know how well you can see in the camera, but you can see the tape line, and that's what I thought was going to happen. I don't know if the colors will still change, but as of now, the flower colors seemed okay. And I did get that 3D look that I was hoping for, because the back petals stuck to the tape, but nothing else did. So it's kind of neat because it looks like they floated up. Obviously, again, I've got air bubbles in here, so this one specifically is not great, but I am totally going to try this again because I think this has potential to look really nice as long as I keep that tape from moving, because it looks cool. The other thing I might do is add maybe color to the other side of the tape, like a paper or something, so that you can have like green or something behind it so you just don't see through the cup. But if I get my bubbles really out of there, it'll look nice clear too. So not a fail, a learning experience. This one's kind of a fail, but that's okay. It's a learning experience too. Again, I think the idea is neat. Some of these floated more than I expected them to, and I think these might have been a little too fat for the mold because this one's distorted in shape a little bit. But this one, I would say, is a success. This is super cute. I could use this. I could sell this at a craft show. And I am just crazy about these colors, and I actually really like how some of those bubbles moved around and left some weird shapes in the resin. That is totally fine. So I am definitely going to do the painting that I was planning to do with these colors. This one, I am going to show you guys how to use the Dremel tool. I don't know if you know what a Dremel is, but it's just a really tiny tool that's great for craft and art projects that has saws and drills and all these different kinds of attachments on it. But it's easy to use, just handheld right where you're working. The one thing I have to do is put on a mask, because whenever you're cutting or sanding resin, you have to be really careful not to get the dust into your lungs. So I will have to do all that. I will fast forward that part and I'll let you guys watch it, but I won't be able to talk or anything through it. So we'll do that in a minute, and then we will finish these off. All right, you guys, this last little tool bit here was my buffer, and you guys can use this to make your resin jewelry or anything super shiny. This Dremel tool is super cool. I'll link you to it if anybody's interested, because I don't have to know how to use big hand saws and everything to make some of this work. Okay, so I buffed that at the bottom so it was shiny, and this is so cute. Look at that, I love it. Oh my gosh, it's so adorable. All right. So I'm going to get some close-ups of these for you guys. And like I said, this is going to be the giveaway. Hopefully you guys won't burn yours like I burned mine. But check out my Patreon page. Again, you don't have to pay anything to be entered in the giveaway. Just get on there and scroll down until you find the post that tells you how to enter. You just got to comment on that to be entered. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me hit 10,000 subscribers. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. From now on, I am going to be doing a monthly product giveaway over on the Patreon site, and I will announce it on YouTube, and I'll do a tutorial using each product. Not that I know how to use that one better than you guys, but I will do a tutorial on each project so that you guys can see how I use it and how it works, and then we will choose someone who receives it. As always, find me on Facebook and Instagram as the Frugal Resinista. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a good day.